We learned in the previous movie how we can stay organized by creating section groups and subsections. But within those sections, we can also stay organized by creating multiple pages, and those pages can also have subpages and so on. So let's take a look at that now as we continue working with our notebook sample from the Chapter 1 folder of your exercise files. With this open and meetings selected, in this section, you'll notice all of the pages listed down the right-hand side. Now, the main pages are monthly manager meetings, and on the same level, not indented in other words, we see staff meetings. Under those, we do see indents for the years 2012 and 13, and November 2012, December 2012 under staff meetings. And then we see indented pages or subpages for each of those months as well. So how do we get all of that? What's the advantage? Well, one big advantage is confusion. If you have many, many pages and subpages, one option is to collapse. If we go to staff meetings, for example, hover over it and move to the right, there's a little collapse button. So we can focus on monthly manager meetings. We could do the same with that. And then expand by clicking the arrow to focus on that section. Well, to create any page or subpage, it's really quite simple. If we go to travel, we see the same kind of setup here. But if we go to business cards, we've got 3 main pages. We don't have any subpages. Not well organized. If we're going to be collecting business cards, might be a better idea to create some pages and subpages. How do we do that? Easiest way to create a page is to click Add Page. But that will automatically add it to the end of the section at the bottom here. Let's type in something like Friends and enter. So now we have a page where we can add a bunch of business cards for our friends. If we want to add a page in a specific location, we can just hover over the page and you'll see a little plus sign off to the left. Let's say we wanted one above clients. When we move to clients, we have to move to the top part of clients to see that plus sign above and to the left of clients. And when we click it, we have our new page right at the top. Let's call this business. When you press enter, it's locked right in. Now, if we wanted to add a page and move it after, we can do that as well. If we click add page and call this one personal, when we press enter, it's at the end of the section, but we can click and drag it, let's say above friends, but after support. There we go. Now, all of these are still main pages. We don't have any subpages. We can create those on the fly or take existing pages and turn them into subpages, like clients, for example. If we right-click it, notice that one option is to make it a subpage. It automatically becomes a subpage of the page above, which is business. Another option is to click and drag. Click and drag colleagues off to the right, and it becomes a subpage also of business. Let's do that with support, but if we go too far, it becomes a subpage of colleagues. Not what we want, so we can click and drag it back. Or, if you prefer, right-click, and notice that we have Promote Subpage as an option now. All right, so Friends really should be a subpage of Personal. Let's click and drag it over. And let's create another subpage here. Let's click a plus sign here above Friends. And with Friends selected, because we're clicking the plus sign, it becomes a subpage automatically under Personal. Let's type in Golf Group and enter. And let's click the plus sign one more time. Maybe this one's our book club. And enter. So here we have pages and subpages, and it's just a matter now of getting information onto those pages. That's what we'll talk about next.